Hey guys, this is John from Complete Travel, and this is the first part of a 10-part series regarding timeshare transfers, what to look for, what to avoid, how to get it done the right way. This is part one, and part one is called Who Found Who, okay? The very first thing you need to look at in this whole situation here is who found who, all right? Were you actively looking to end your timeshare ownership online? Were you speaking to your resort? Were you asking other owners in the forums or chat rooms? Or did you just out of the blue get a phone call or a flyer in the mail or some other form of solicitation that asked you about your timeshare? If they just miraculously found you out of the blue and just so happened to call you to discuss your transfer with you, okay, you probably need to exercise a little bit of caution here, okay? That's a fact. That first call or piece of mail that you received is usually not directly from an exit or a transfer company. It's usually from a marketing company who is paid to set appointments for the actual company. And the irony of the whole thing is that the actual company we're talking about isn't really an actual transfer company at all. On most occasions, and at very least many occasions, they are not transfer companies, they are not exit companies, they are sales organizations who utilize third parties, affiliates to execute the exit or transfer. So let's dive in a bit deeper, understand how this works, okay? First of all, you'll rarely get an upfront price from these organizations. They generally set up an appointment to get you on the phone by telling you that there will be some people in your area and they have big news about your timeshare ownership or some other form of hook to get you in the door at one of these meeting places that they set up near you. That hook may be the important news we were just talking about. Maybe it's a free dinner for you and your family, a gift card, or some other intriguing offer to get you to attend a presentation. And when you attend, you'll wind up in a high-pressure sales environment, whether it's at the Donut King or at the hotel, and they will use scare tactics to convince you that you need to pay 5 to 10 times the amount of your annual maintenance fees to get out of your timeshare. But the truth is, most of these exits cost nothing close to those numbers. Nothing like the numbers you're quoted. Let's break it down though. Let's see where the money goes. This is a hypothetical example, but based on actual and factual transactions, which absolutely take place. So here we go. You get the call, you agree to the meeting, and you wind up somewhere in a hotel conference room or a restaurant chain conveniently located close to your home. Okay? After 30 minutes, 40 minutes, 45 minutes of presentation, you wind up face-to-face with one of their consultants, who basically is the salesman. After disclosing information about your ownership, the sale begins. First and foremost, most of these consultants know little or nothing about the exit or transfer process. They are scripted and taught how to overcome any objections that you may throw at them with their own rebuttals. And they know exactly what you want to hear almost every time. Then comes the price, usually somewhere between 10 and 15 times your annual maintenance fees. And they will explain to you how with inflation and with the evil timeshare companies that number could be double. And if anything happens to you, your kids or your family will be stuck with this giant burden forever. So let's do the math and see where the money goes. Your maintenance fee is $1,200 a year, and the next 10 years it will cost you a total of $12,000 minimally. Your kids don't want it, you can't sell it, and you aren't using it. So no matter what, it's going to get worse for you. But let's see what you're really paying for in one of these presentations. A marketing company who set the appointment, who called to convince you to go to this meeting, okay? They call hundreds of people every day just to get 5 to 10% to accept the invitation. This right there alone costs a bunch of money, okay? They need to meet you somewhere now as well. Whether it's a hotel, a restaurant, guess what? Those things, they cost money. And the more appointments, the more money. Travel and lodging for the sales staff, for all their representatives, getting from wherever they are to wherever you are costs money. Airfare for 5 to 10 salespeople, rent-a-cars when they get there, hotels, food for them, those things cost money. And yes, gifts. Many companies will gift you over $100 gift card to induce you just to show up. Those cards aren't free. They're $100. The salespeople need to get paid as well, right? Those are called commissions. You've heard of them, I bet. And you can imagine that sales reps aren't spending their weeks sleeping in hotels, flying twice a week, doing 3 sales presentations a day, and being away from their families for very cheap, right? No, they're getting paid top dollar. And then there's managers. They get paid. In many sales situations, you've likely dealt with a sales rep, but when they smell blood, they bring in the manager to close the deal. And the managers, they generally get a ride on all of the salespeople, or at least the one they helped at the sales table closing the deal. So they need to get paid as well. Now, someone needs to do all of the paperwork. Run your credit card, take your check, get all the paperwork done and get you out the door, right? Yep. So an admin person needs to get paid too. And last but not least, remember, they're likely only salespeople, so they need to pay the company that's actually going to do the transfer. So let's pretend 5 representatives are coming to do 3 meetings a day for 3 days. There's 2 managers traveling with them, along with an administrator person. They are traveling from, let's just say, Branson, Missouri, to your home in California. They're staying at a hotel and meeting you at the Pasta Palace for dinner. They're renting 2 cars. They'll be there for 3 days, okay? Each appointment that was set costs approximately $500 or more just for the appointment. There's 45 appointments scheduled. That's $22,500. 8 people flying round trip for $400 each. So that's another $3,200. The hotel for these 8 people is about $125 a night. Double bunking, around $500 a night, plus taxes. So let's say around $1,250 to $1,750, somewhere in there. Rent a car, about $300. And now they're buying 45 Pasta Palace dinners for 2 at about $45 a piece. That's another $1,000. You are likely getting a $50 to $100 gift card to boot, so that's somewhere around another $2,000. Sales commissions, about 30 to 40%. Manager, 12 to 15% override. Admin person, probably $1,000 for the trip. And then if there's anything left over, and that's after the company owner takes his or her cut, they need to pay the actual transfer company, which can average anywhere between $1,500 and $3,000. So we'll use $2,000 as the average, okay? So if you add everything together without the commissions, you're looking at somewhere between $30,000 and $40,000 for the trip without the sales reps getting paid and not counting the actual transfer fees that need to be paid to the transfer company. With an average closing percentage of 30% or so, that means roughly 12 transactions will occur every time. So let's add in another $24,000 for the actual cost of the transfer through a third-party transfer or exit company who actually does the work. And now we're at 55 to 60 grand for the trip, still with no one getting paid. So now we're looking at least $5,000 that's needed per transaction just to get even on the commission part. Now the target per sale is about $1,000 profit on the deal, and at 30% commission, you would need to write $3,000 over the $5,000 cost to make that grand and keep the owner in business. Now we're at $8,000, but remember, the manager needs to make money too. Hopefully, you get the point by now. But the key to all this is the fact that we mentioned that the actual transfer or exit company who does the work is only charging $1,500 to $3,000. And think about what the numbers look like if you have 2, 3, 4, or maybe even more units you are trying to get out of. Just some food for thought. Think about that hard. Don't you wish you had the company that was charging you $1,500, $2,000, or $3,000 for those instead of $8,000, $10,000, $12,000, $15,000? I bet you do.